The world outside the window was silent, utterly transformed overnight. The familiar landscape, once dotted with autumn's fading colors, now lay beneath a thick, glistening blanket of snow. Every sound seemed muffled, as if the village itself was holding its breath, savoring the magic of this first true winter morning. On November 12, 2025, Schröcken awoke to a deep, pristine blanket of snow. 20 centimeters had fallen while the village slept, turning every street and rooftop into a scene from a storybook. The transformation was so complete that it felt as if the entire village had been gently tucked in by winter itself. Fir trees drooped under the weight of their new coats, their branches bending low, heavy with fresh powder. Rooftops, once distinct and angular, vanished beneath the white, their outlines softened and blurred by the snow's embrace. The usual green pastures where cows grazed just days before disappeared beneath a seamless expanse of white. Rolling hills and meadows were now indistinguishable, unified by the snow's quiet touch. This was no light dusting. It was a season-defining snowfall, the kind that stirs excitement in every heart. Locals, bundled in scarves and boots, stepped outside with wide eyes and laughter, marveling at the depth of the snow and the promise it brought. Snowplows rumbled through the quiet streets, their orange lights flashing against the monochrome landscape. The steady hum of engines and the scrape of metal on snow were the only sounds breaking the morning's hush, as the village slowly came to life. The early arrival of winter signaled the start of what forecasters called an exceptional ski season. For the people of Schröcken and for visitors from afar, this snowfall was more than just weather. It was the opening act of a long-awaited adventure. Images from Schröcken and other high-altitude villages quickly spread, showing snow-laden rooftops and sparkling white slopes. Skiers everywhere scrambled for their gear, eager to be among the first to carve tracks in the untouched powder. As the sun rose, anticipation grew. The Alps were waking up in spectacular fashion. Golden light spilled across the snow, making it glitter like a field of diamonds, and the whole village seemed to glow with possibility. The invitation was clear. Winter had arrived, and the mountains were ready for adventure. For Schröcken, this was the beginning of a new season, filled with promise, excitement, and the timeless magic of the Alps in winter. Schröcken's story echoed across the Alps. This wasn't just a tale of one village, but a phenomenon that swept across the entire mountain range, capturing the attention of locals and visitors alike. This was a widespread snow event, not a local fluke. From the smallest hamlets tucked into remote valleys to bustling resort towns, the Alps were transformed overnight. The landscape, once dotted with autumn colors, was now unified under a thick, sparkling white blanket. Cold fronts swept down from the north, bringing with them a relentless barrage of snow. Austria, Switzerland, Italy, and even the French Alps found themselves under siege from the elements, each region receiving its share of the bounty. Meteorologists tracked the storm as it moved across borders, leaving a trail of deep snow in its wake. High-altitude regions like Tyrol, Graubünden, and Valais reported over half a meter, with resorts like St. Moritz and Val Gardena looking mid-season ready. These iconic destinations, usually waiting weeks for such coverage, were suddenly blanketed in snow, their slopes transformed into winter playgrounds almost overnight. The snowline dropped to valley floors, allowing many resorts to consider opening weeks early. In towns where green grass would normally linger, snowplows rumbled to life, and ski lifts began their pre-season checks. The anticipation was palpable as locals and workers prepared for an early influx of guests. The Sella Ronda circuit and Val Thorens boasted impressive early conditions. Skiers who ventured out found powdery slopes and untouched runs, a rare treat for this time of year. Social media buzzed with photos and videos, spreading the excitement far beyond the mountains themselves. Consistent cold meant the snow settled and bonded, building a solid base for the season. Ski patrollers and avalanche experts monitored the snowpack, noting how the layers were forming perfectly for safe and enjoyable skiing. This early stability promised a strong foundation for the months ahead. From Austria to France, the message was the same: winter had arrived early and in force. The Alps, stretching across so many countries and cultures, were united by this shared experience. It was a moment of collective anticipation, as everyone looked forward to what the season might bring. The entire alpine chain was poised for one of the best season starts in years. Resorts buzzed with activity, staff hurried to prepare, and the promise of adventure hung in the crisp mountain air. For many, it felt like the beginning of something truly special. Skiers everywhere were watching forecasts with growing excitement, planning their first runs and dreaming of powder days to come. The Alps, for now, belonged to winter, and the season was just getting started. Weather stations across the Alps confirmed it. This was no ordinary start to the ski season. Meteorologists and snow experts were astonished by the early and abundant snowfall, which blanketed the mountains in a thick, pristine layer of white. The anticipation among skiers and snowboarders was palpable, as the region transformed almost overnight into a winter wonderland. This was an exceptional start, the kind that locals and visitors alike dream about but rarely experience. The snow kept falling, day after day, building up impressive depths and setting the stage for an unforgettable season. As of November 20th, snow depths at higher elevations far exceeded seasonal averages, with some areas recording the highest early season totals in over a decade. The snow gauges at alpine peaks told the story. This was a year for the record books. Austrian glaciers like Stubai and Pitztal reported over 150 centimeters at the top, with mid-mountain bases of 70-90 centimeters. These numbers were not just impressive, they were historic, drawing attention from winter sports enthusiasts across Europe. Swiss resorts like Zermatt and Saas-Fee boasted deep, stable snowpacks, prompting early openings and attracting eager skiers from around the world. The iconic slopes beneath the Matterhorn and the high-altitude runs of Saas-Fee were in perfect condition, offering some of the best early-season skiing in recent memory. Non-glacier resorts such as Verbier and St. Moritz reported 50-70 centimeters, with dozens of Swiss resorts opening in just a week. The rapid expansion of open terrain meant that skiers had more options than ever, and local businesses welcomed the early influx of visitors. Italy's Val Senales and the Dolomites also saw their snowpacks swell, setting up top-to-bottom skiing from day one. The Dolomites, famous for their dramatic peaks and scenic runs, were transformed into a snowy playground, delighting both seasoned pros and families alike. Around 30 resorts were already open, with more to follow by December. The early openings created a buzz throughout the Alps, as resorts raced to prepare lifts, groom trails, and welcome the first wave of winter adventurers. The snow was light, dry powder, midwinter quality in November. Skiers reveled in the perfect conditions, carving fresh tracks through untouched powder and savoring the rare treat of such high-quality snow so early in the season. For those in the Alps, it was a powder paradise, rivaling even February's best days. The excitement was contagious, and with the promise of more snow to come, the season was off to a truly spectacular beginning. What caused this early winter? A rare combination of weather patterns. A blocking high over the Atlantic diverted mild air, letting Arctic cold plunge south into Europe. Successive cold snaps chilled the ground, so when moisture-laden storms arrived, snow stuck and built up fast. This classic Nordstau effect delivered huge snow totals to the northern Alps, making this November's event truly exceptional. The forecast promises more of the same: cold and snow. The blocking high remains, keeping mild air at bay and preserving the snowpack. Another storm is set to bring 40-60 centimeters to Austria and eastern Switzerland, with the French Alps also getting a boost. The snow line stays low and December looks to continue the cold, snowy trend. Resorts can open more terrain with natural snow, not just snowmaking. The stage is set for one of the snowiest Novembers in decades. For resorts, this early snow is a dream. Early openings, excited guests, and a vital economic boost. Major events like the World Cup benefit from natural snow, easing pressure on organizers. But early openings mean a scramble hiring staff, preparing slopes, and ensuring safety on a deep, complex snowpack. Avalanche control and snow management become urgent priorities. Villages must keep roads clear and groom pistes for the influx of skiers. The powder is a gift, but operational challenges are real and immediate. Resorts must balance the excitement with careful preparation. The early season is both an opportunity and a test. The upside: instant powder paradise. Deep, untracked snow and dream conditions for off-piste enthusiasts. A solid early base means better snow reliability all winter, even if a warm spell hits later. Resorts can open more terrain, including lower runs, much earlier. But risks are real. Early heavy snow on unfrozen ground creates unstable layers and high avalanche danger. Off-piste skiers must be cautious, equipped, and ideally guided by professionals. Lower resorts remain vulnerable to sudden thaws, which could quickly erode the snowpack. The current outlook is cold and positive, but mountain weather can change fast. Enjoy the powder but respect the risks. Planning an early season trip? Preparation is key. Check your gear. Sharp edges, waterproof clothing, and proper layering are essential. Be flexible with travel for better deals and quieter slopes. Ensure your vehicle is winter ready. Safety first. Carry avalanche gear off-piste, hire a guide, and always wear a helmet. Use weather and avalanche apps for real-time updates. Save money by packing lunches, seeking ski pass deals, and booking rentals online. Smart planning lets you enjoy this epic start without breaking the bank. The adventure is waiting. Make the most of it. There's magic in an early winter. An invitation from the mountains. The snow is deep, the resorts are open, and the season is set to be unforgettable. Now's the time to gather friends, pack your bags, and answer the call. Whether you're chasing powder or making your first turns, the Alps are ready.